I'm Joanna Garzilli, award-winning author and life coach. Welcome to the Looking Glass podcast. I have some questions for you, and as I ask them to you, I want you to, or rather, I'm going to invite you to be honest with yourself, and I'm going to answer these questions to be a reflection for you. And maybe what I share is going to help you be able to better answer or more easily answer these questions. Because sometimes I know when I've been asked a question, I jump straight to an answer. And this goes back to what I was sharing with you last time about deconstructing the unevolved ego to release falsely constructed internal thought processes. We just go to the default answer. And because we're in this new phase, the void, and about being present to look to the past to shape the future, I hope that you can really allow yourself to be real with yourself, because that's how amazing things will start to happen for you in your life in a way that you didn't anticipate. So my first question for you and for me is, what drives you? So in the past, what has driven me before has been approval, needing to be liked, loved, adored, accepted, validated. And so I think sometimes I've gone after certain things. I've had certain goals that I've thought, if I go and achieve that, if I get that, if I do that, then I'm going to get the love, the approval, and the acceptance that I desire. And it never works out well for me when I am driven because I want or need something from someone else. And it only causes pain. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve the other person or the other people. It just ends up being suffering across the board. So that's what I am aware of. I think that, well, I'll come back to another time because I feel like there's layers within this. And I want to revisit that question with you. Next question. What steers you? What steers you? And this was, when these questions came through for me, I initially thought about driving a car and then steering a boat. These just sort of different images that take that abstract energy and make it tangible. And so for me, there's this underlying sense of, from driving to steering equals motion. So this is something that you can ask yourself at different points in the day, just to make sure that you're getting a real, true answer for yourself. I'm going to answer this now. And I didn't answer it earlier because I wanted to wait for us to be together. What steers me when I am receptive, when my unevolved ego is not in charge, is spirit. I feel it's God, spirit, that steers me. I feel as if I have this host, or when I say host, like a orchestra of angels and cherubs and wise indigenous beings that are around me. Not all the time. It's like they're at different places at different times depending on what I need. And then they pop in and they give me a little teaching, as if I'm going to a university and then I go to this class and then there's all these great teachers here. And then I go to a different class and there's all those fantastic teachers there. Just beings with incredible experience that get to impart their vibration, their blessings, their wisdom, their depth of vision to me. They get to telepathically send me that message, that energy. And I love that. When that happens, things feel so incredibly amazing. And then I know, even if I'm scared and I don't know an outcome because I'm in the void right now, and I am in the void right now, but I feel wonderful in the void because I have that love and support around me, because I am allowing myself to be steered in the right direction. And so right now I don't have to steer myself. I get to be the passenger and enjoy the ride. Wondering what comes up for you as I've shared what is currently steering me. And this moves on to the third question. It's the energy of direction. What animates you? What animates you? What animates me is when I see myself in someone else. I'm going to give you an example. I was driving to Muay Thai class earlier. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I was just a little bit knocked out by the time I hit the afternoon. And then I'm sidetracking slightly here, but I've got to, because I just got to call myself out on this, on the ridiculous part of myself. And I said to my husband, I don't think I should go and do Muay Thai, because what if I get punched in the face and I'm doing a photo shoot on Sunday? So but that's so ridiculous, because I had this injury in the past where I got the calf strain. But thankfully I got past myself and I went to the class. So that was good. And there's another thing around that I may have time to share with you afterwards. So I was listening to my favorite podcast, Diary of a CEO, with Stephen Bartlett, and he was interviewing Tom Billio. And Tom Billio was talking about how he would experience anxiety, how he would just, the more self-aware he got, the more anxiety he would feel. I thought, oh my gosh, and the way that Tom articulated this, I thought, he is a direct reflection of me. Of course, it's not literally, but I felt absolute empathy. It was if I was having that conversation directly with him, he sees me, understands me, knows me. He feels everything that I'm feeling because he's had that experience. And then he went on to share a little bit that for him, what he does is he said that's been the double-edged sword of self-awareness. I thought, oh God, yeah, sometimes that when you are a mega empath, which I know it's highly likely that you being here, you're very empathetic yourself and you feel energy a lot and you're really, really in tune, and that can be a burden at times. It can be heavy. So it can feel like a double-edged sword, as he said. And for me, I've always referred to it as a gift and a curse. And so, yeah, what animates me is when someone else is having a very similar experience, because I feel a resonance, whether it's a positive experience, a negative experience, but I feel like, oh, yes, you get me, I get you, I feel our connection. And even though I've never met Tom, I don't know him, doesn't know me, but that was like a gift that I received there because of Tom and Stephen having that conversation together. And it sort of gave me confirmation where we've been reflecting together for just over a month. And sometimes I think, I don't know if any of this is resonating. Like, look, everything I say is not necessarily going to resonate with you, but I just hope sometime, somewhere along the way, I will say something and you're going to go, oh, yes. And it could animate you, sort of like how it's animated me. But of course, what animates you could be something totally different. And maybe that thing that animates you, and you want to let me know what that is, I would love to hear it. That could bring me absolute delight and get me really, really excited. So I want to hear it from you. I'm going to share with you next time about the thing with the Muay Thai and the photo shoot and what I said, Joanna, don't do it, but I did. So I'm sending you lots of love, and I look forward to connecting with you next time.